G'day everyone and welcome back to the PokeAustralia YouTube channel. I'm Jordan Bamford and it's been a while since an upload. I think it's been like 4 or 5 days since an upload. I apologize for that. I've sat down to film a couple of different things. I just haven't been feeling it. I don't know, there's just been not many good matchups I've been able to get on PTCGO. Hopefully we go alright today. And as you can see from this deck, we're playing something incredibly dumb and powerful if your opponent can't get around it. We're going to be taking a look at Quarter Aegislash, and for some reason, okay, no I can. It wasn't letting me earlier to zoom up on the cards like it usually does, so here is Aegislash-EX, 170 HP, which is a bit of a downfall of this card. If you are new to the game, experienced players might know what this deck is revolved around. 2015, Enrique Avila took his Wailord style deck. Him and some Wisconsin players took the Wailord style deck to US Nationals and did really good with it. And the concept of that deck was just sitting behind the 250 wall of Wailord-EX, not letting your opponent get a knockout, keep shuffling back in, and stall your opponent out until they decked out. Usually you only ever played one game with that. Wailord-EX isn't too good anymore, just because of the grass weakness. Vespiqun's pretty big, and Skeptile, things like that kind of stop the deck from popping up. Aegislash doesn't have that problem. Its weakness is to fire, and just think about all the good fire types out there. There's Entei, Flareon, they're like one-ofs at a tournament. You're really not going to run into too many of them. But even Entei uses special energies, and if you take a look at Aegislash-EX's Mighty Shield ability, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any special energy attached to it. So a lot of decks, Nightmarch, Seismitoad, Giratina, anything like that. All these big decks, even Yveltal, Garchomp, things like that, all play a form of special energy, because special energy is really good in the current format. It's a lot of decks revolve around it. Mighty Shield stops those Pokemon from attacking Aegislash. The attack is not too important. Unlike Enrique's deck, we can actually attack with this, but it's unlikely that we'll ever get the 3 energies onto an Aegislash before we shuffle it back in or pick it up or do something with it. So basically our idea is to use this Mighty Shield ability to just sit there, not do anything, and stall out. Of course, there are some flaws to this deck. Things like Greninjas and Greninja Breaks abilities, which allow you to put damage counters on, and also things that just don't use special energy, such as Greninja, which is probably this deck's biggest weakness, is the Greninja deck. However, I do have a couple of ways around it, so we're going to look at all of those. So basically the idea of this deck is to beef up its Aegislash as big as we can get it. So we've got some good tool cards down here. We got the One Assault Vest. It's not letting me zoom up for some reason onto these cards. What? Let me. Okay, I'll just flick through. Alrighty, so we've got a bunch of supporters. I'll get to those soon. Here we go. The Assault Vest. Now this card isn't too great in here. That's when we end up playing the one-of, just because it minuses 40 if there's a special energy attached. Now, because special energy Pokemon can't attack anyway, there is a card, Hex Maniac, still alive in the format. Nightmarch players will probably try and chain Hex Maniac, so if you can drop an Assault Vest down, they're not going to one-shot Aegislash. It's impossible, with all the stuff in here, it's impossible for a Nightmarch player to one-shot Aegislash-EX. Almost impossible, I should say. There are... Well, actually, no. If you put this on with 210, yeah, I think it would be very difficult for a Nightmarch player to knock you out with an Assault Vest on, even if they chained Hex Maniac. We then also played 2 Fighting Fury Belts. Why did I get out of that? Okay, yeah, we're all good. Alright, so we play 2 Fighting Fury Belts. Similar thing, beefs us up to 210 HP, which I'm not the biggest fan of because I prefer minusing the damage. Because if it was minusing 40 each time, say they hit for 100, minus 40 is only 60. Resist doesn't really do too much, but it's still nice to have 210 HP. We then have 2 Hard Charms in here. Oh no, 3 Hard Charms? Yeah, 3 Hard Charms. This is the main tool that we're probably going to use, and it reduces damage by 20. So now, Aegislash-EX has like a minimum of 190 HP, which is tough to knock out. Cards from Breakpoint. Oh my god, this zoom is getting annoying. I'm not going to cancel out of any of it ever again. Let me zoom up. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Anyway, we'll just continue on. We've got the card Reverse Valley here. it's got two sides to it. We're not going to worry about the other side. Basically, we want to put it on the side that says Steel Pokemon take 10 less damage, meaning Hard Charm now has an effect. If you've got a Hard Charm, you take 30 less damage, which is pretty nice. Aegislash has now got 200 HP. That's really tough to knock out. Then we got 4 Shield Energy. For each one of these that you can drop on an Aegislash, your Aegislash is taking 10 less damage. So the idea is to just beef up this Aegislash and make them take minus 40 through the effects of Hard Charm, Reverse Valley, and Shield Energy. That can be really strong just to stall out for that long. And then you've got so many cards in here which can just prevent Aegislash from ever being knocked out. So we're going to take a look at the item cards we're using here. We play some hammers just to slow down our opponent, mainly Crushing Hammer. I don't even think Enhanced Hammer is very good in here. So I would honestly probably just take out the Enhanced Hammer for another Crushing, and I might even do that right now. Why is it not letting me do anything? Okay, we're going to take out this Enhanced Hammer. And I think the reason for that is because I do play the Xerosec, and that was probably a bad mistake on my part to ever play the Enhanced Hammer. In some games like the Night March match, it's probably a bit better, but overall I think Crushing Hammer is better. So we're going to play 4 Crushing Hammer in here, because basic energies are your biggest weakness. You can slowly chip away at them by getting rid of their basic energies. We also play 1 Heavy Bowl, because Aegislash-EX has got 3 retreat costs, so we can get it with Heavy Bowl. We've got another card in here to search for them, so we'll get to that in a bit. That's a supporter. 3 Max Potion. Enrique's Wailord deck played 4. I don't think Aegislash really needs it as much, especially because we do have the Shield Energy as well, so that helps us a bit more. We can potentially attack. We probably never will. But yeah, 3 Max Potion in here. But we also play the 4 Puzzle at a time, allowing us to have almost unlimited Max Potions if we really want. As many, like, what we could get. Play the 3, get back 2, and then get back another 2, so we could get like a total of 7 Max Potions in a game, if we really wanted to. Max Potion just heals it all off, drop all the energy, so if there is Shield, you're going to lose them, but that's okay. Play 4 Shield. Usually I only want to drop 1 or 2 Shield Energy on an Aegislash at a time. You never really want to attack with it. So yeah, 4 Puzzle at a time, just get back anything we really need, any Pokemon, anything. Play the 1 Sacred Ash, just in case 1 or 2 Aegislashes do fall, you can just shuffle them back in and get them back later. We play 1 Startling Megaphone in here, just to drop any tool cards that are annoying. That's pretty standard. 1 Trick Shovel, just like Enrique's deck, and the Wisconsin. I shouldn't just call it Enrique's, it was a bunch of players, but Enrique was the guy who got second with it. 1 Trick Shovel is really just last-ditch effort to stall out even longer, or win by deck out. If they've only got 1 card left in deck, and they're planning like a Judge or something to shuffle their big hand back in. Trick Shovel can win you the game in a lot of situations. You really want to hang on to it as long as possible. 4 VS Seekers, just get back all of our supporters, and we play a lot of them. We play 3 AZ, 4 Cassius. AZ just allows us to pick up our Aegislash. Cassius allows them to shuffle back in. They're both very good. I felt like I could drop 2-3 AZ with the 4 Puzzle at a time in here. Cassius is still good, however, because you don't drop your tool cards or your special energies. They all get shuffled back in. Everything gets shuffled back in with the Aegislash, whereas AZ, you do lose your tool and special energies. So that's why I cut the AZ down to 3 instead. Then play 2 Delinquent. Unfortunately, the card that Enrique used, Hugh, which was a big card at the time, like it for this deck, Hugh worked perfectly. Your opponent just tries to build their hand as big as possible. You can limit this with Delinquent, just dropping Stadium cards, preferably if you can drop theirs, Delinquent, drop theirs with the Delinquent, and then put the Reverse Valley down. That's perfect. That's really what you want. Play 2 Lysanders as well, just to bring up things and stall for even longer. 2 Fan Clubs, this is what I was talking about. You can get 2 Aegislashes, and then the only Heavy Balls there to get the other one. Play the 2 just when we Sacred Ash, and, we got VS Seekers. We don't really need the 4 because we don't play any other basics, like the Suicunes that Enrique played. 4 Shauners just to stop deck out, and also we don't have N. When N comes back, I would drop this to 1 Shauner and 3 Ns, just because it's a bit better, and you are never really going to take prize cards with this deck, so N just allows you to draw a bit more. 2 Skylers, that's another thing that's been dropped in here. Just allows you to grab any trainer card, any supporter for next turn, any items that you need. It's pretty good in here. 3 Team Flagrants, again, like Crushing Hammer, just energy denial hard. That's really the deck. 1 Xerosec, just to get rid of special energies, like on a Night Marcher, that's just chaining Hex. I've already gone over this stuff down here, so this is Quad Aegislash. Let's jump in and have a couple of games with this and see how we go. And here we go for game number 1. My opponent appears to be playing a straight Dark deck, only Dark Pokemon in their deck, so that means they're not playing any Shamans or stuff. So I don't really know what this is. I assume it's probably like an Evil Toll variant, which usually do play double colors. So we should be fine on that count. It wouldn't be Dark Rye. Maybe Zarwalk, but even that would play double colors energy, so we can get around that. The only other problem this deck really has is Garbodor-EX. We lose the flip. It honestly doesn't matter going first or second with this deck. I actually like going second in the game just because your opponent really doesn't know what you're playing. So they're going to try and just shuffle everything through. Oh my god. Maybe they don't play special energy in here. This could be a difficult matchup if they're not playing any specials. Also, Reverse Valley is really not a necessary card in here. Alrighty, we got a decent hand though, I suppose. Puzzle Time also serves the purpose of allowing us to check what we're going to draw and draw into the cards that we really want and need. Alrighty, so if it is a dark deck, we shouldn't be going down first turn unless they get a bunch of things going their way. We do have the Fighting Fury Belt in hand, so we should be pretty good. It's a Malamar deck. So they're using the attack Maximar. That doesn't bother me. I'm fine being asleep. Honestly, not a problem. Also, I don't think Reverse Valley really helps them in this situation. They're probably playing something like... I assume they probably play Shadow Circle over Reverse Valley. The 10 damage of Reverse Valley you get would not really help with Maximar's attack. So here we go, Dark Energy coming down. They're probably going to put us to sleep. We do have the Team Flare Grunt in hand, so that's one way we could do things. Just chain Team Flare Grunt if we can. So, with Malamar's ability, they're going to be able to put us to sleep. That's if they choose to do it. They are taking quite a while to make their decision. And one of the other benefits of this deck, it's got really good matchups across the board. You can't really Lysander around Aegislash, can you? Night March players are literally just going to have to chain Hex. And if they can't do that, if they are unable to chain Hex Maniac, and even then, as I said, it's very unlikely that they're going to get knockouts. We do have the Psychic Resistance as well, which is handy in the Trevenant matchup. Trevenant's pretty strong in this against this though. I don't really know how we'd go against Trevenant. My opponent concedes the game. Alright. We're just going to Team Flare Grunt and stall. Alrighty, so we win. Cool. Alrighty, so let's have another game with this Aegislash deck. Hopefully we can actually get a good game in. I'd love to go up against Night March or Vespiquen Vileplume. Doesn't beat us. Okay, and then this is Vespiquen Vileplume that we're going up against. Here we go. So this is another deck that I think is very popular at the moment. That's Vespiquen Vileplume. Look, we win the flip. Yeah, we'll go first. So basically, Vespiquen Vileplume looks at turn 1 item lock and just Vespiquen to go strong and hard and all that. They only play double colorless, and we've got Mighty Shield. They don't typically play Hex just because it drops their item unlock ability. So we're probably going to win this. My opponent's going to flip over the Aegislash, and I almost guarantee that they're going to concede. And even still, I've got a perfect hand right now. This is like everything I want in a hand. We can go Aegislash, Shield, Hard Charm, Pokemon Fan Club, grab 2 other Aegislash, put the Reverse Valley down, why not? Actually, no, we'll probably keep Reverse Valley in hand just to drop their Forest or Giant Plants. For some reason, all my opponents are taking a very long time to make their decisions tonight. Hopefully that won't be a problem for too long. I'm assuming a first turn concede anyway, so we'll see how we go. I don't think I'm ever going to play a full game out with Aegislash. Typically, your opponent will probably concede before the game's over. So here we go. You have no basic to start, that's fine. Alrighty, my opponent starts Shaman. We can Pokemon Fan Club. Grab 2 Aegislash. So we got all 4 of them in there. My opponent concedes straight away. There we go. I told you it would happen. My opponent playing a deck that just revolves heavily. Still haven't... I don't know. How do I get my mystery prize? Does anyone know? 1 mystery box. Is that what I got from my mystery box? I don't know. It's confusing. So yeah, a lot of the times your opponent's probably just going to concede games when they figure out what you're playing. That's one of the reasons I really like this deck, is in a lot of situations your opponent can't do anything. It's very tough to play out. And here we are, game number 2. My opponent is playing a water deck. We get to call a flip, we'll go tails. Ideally we'd like to go first, just to try and get more than one Aegislash set up. That is one problem this deck doesn't have, is if you can't get 2 Aegislash set up quickly, then you're likely that you could be in some strife there. Just so you can chain the Cassius and stuff. Things like that. That's really good to have more than one Aegislash out. So maybe upping the Pokemon fan club or heavy ball count wouldn't be a bad addition in here, just to ensure that I almost get 2 Aegislashes or 3, 4. Ideally I'd love to have 4 down with all different tools attached to them. I'm also thinking about playing around with the tool count. I just don't feel like Assault Vests and Fighting Fury Belt are needed in here. I might keep the Fighting Fury Belt, but just a one-off. I just don't feel like Assault Vest really does do that much when I can almost get the same effects through the effects of Reverse Valley, Shield Energy, and Hard Charm. So we'll see. Again, this is like just a working deck in progress. Okay, hand is not great. They're going to be able to draw a couple of cards here. So yeah, I'm going to have to tweak the deck just to see the matchups. So it's a Mega Gyarados deck. I don't think I want to really delinquent just yet. I'm hoping they put a Spirit Link so I can just megaphone it. I'd love if they drop more than one Gyarados and put a couple of Spirit Links or something. Alrighty, so we're going to see the Rough Seas, so now I will happily delinquent. So this is a Gyarados-EX deck. I don't know if it's using the Mega or not. So my opponent's going to Sycamore, which I'm actually fine with. I love it when my opponent Sycamores, especially because they don't really know what this deck is. So they flipped all tails. So now we can go for a Crushing Hammer. No. We will delinquent just to get rid of their stadium. Not that it really matters too much. It's also more of just lowering their hand size. Giving them less options to work with is really nice. We do have Lysander, so if this thing does get all the energies with the Stormy Seas next turn, I could just bring this one up. So now we can Puzzle the Time. I will take the Shauna, just because I really want to draw into a fresh hand. And we can pass turn. I also wouldn't have mind getting the Hard Charm there, but oh well. We're going to see the Shaman now, drawing 3 cards. I don't think my opponent plays any special energies, but we still might be able to get a win here. So they're going to get 1 energy with the Stormy Seas here. Oh, what? Okay, so they didn't even get 1. That's odd. Are they just out of energy? We can Shauna now. Okay, so we get some nice stuff here. We've got the set for a couple of turns now. Crushing, I'm going to get rid of the one on the bench, just because I've got the Team Flagrant in hand. Probably should have kept that Crushing Hammer, but doesn't matter. Get rid of all their energies and pass turn. This is literally Aegislash in a nutshell, so this video might be very long depending on how this goes. And there we go, they've put the splash energy. They can't attack me now. So all I really have to do is just sit here and stall. Damn, they're getting a lot of energies onto that Gyarados. Too bad they can't attack me. So the only way they can attack me is through effects such as... Well, they didn't even get that many energies. Alright, so we're just going to Team Flagrant now. And we are going to get rid of a basic. Just, I don't want them having... I want them to have Splash Energy just so they can't attack me. So yeah, now we just sit back for 26 turns and pass turn. Do what we need to. We've got AZ and Max Potion in here so we can get around things like that. So we're going to see Stormy Seas to get 2. How many energies are there in their discount pile right now? 4 basic energies. There we go. We get a Cassius. We don't need to play that. We could just end turn. So Splash Burn will do 130. I've got Max Potion, AZ, and Cassius in hand. We're pretty good. They can't get a one-shot on us, so they're going for the Stormy Seas once again. Which I honestly don't mind. I'm cool with them dragging cards out of their deck. We're just going to Lysand it now, bring up this one on the bench. And pass on. Now this is just more stalling tactics. Alrighty, I think we're in a pretty good position. I dare say we're going to win this game. And here we go, Stormy Seas once again, because, well, they can't really Splash Burn me. Honestly, it probably would have been smarter for them to just leave that one up in the active. We can't do anything, we're just going to pass. So I think my opponent realizes what my deck is and they're just kind of going with it. Not really attempting to do anything. We can slowly build this thing up to use a Slash Blast attack, I suppose. Alrighty, this is what we're gonna do all day. So as you can see from this game, usually in a tournament, you're not gonna play your best of 3. You might get to the second game. Okay, so we do draw into a VS Seeker. I'm gonna VS Seeker for probably a Lysander. I don't really want to get rid of all this stuff in my hand because I've got a bunch of ways of getting out of things. So we can just Lysander up this Gyarados over here. And pass turn. Gyarados has got a 4 retreat cost, so unless they get another switch in hand. There's a Trick Coin coming down onto that bench Gyarados. Switch. Alright, so this is kind of scary because this one doesn't have the splash energy. They get the 1. Alright, so now I'm kind of a bit worried just because this one can actually splash burn me. But again, they're not really doing much. So you can get 4 energies onto this. They'll probably only grab the 2 that they need. Be wise to grab 3 if they've got them in deck. So they've got rid of 5 energies. They're going to grab all 4, so they're going to have these 6 energies on there. I'm fine with that. Alright, so what we're going to do here is just go like this. Put that down there. And pass turn. So we're taking minus, what? 30 damage? There's a Rough Seas. That's okay, we're not really going to attack them. Splash burn me for 110 damage. 10 to everything. Alrighty, so we're going to go shield energy down here. I'm going to AZ this one, just because I really need to keep one in play. I'm going to keep the max potion just in case there's a turn where I want to play a different supporter and have the max potion. So we can AZ, put down this one, and pass turn. So it does suck when you lose your shield energies, but honestly it doesn't matter too much when you're able to slow your opponent down. Look, they've got 12 cards left in deck. And they actually went for the Stormy Sea then. So you put Hard Charm down. And we can end turn. So I'm assuming my opponent probably has a Judge in hand and that's why they're building their hand so big. Even if that is the case though, they've gone through so much stuff that Judge really isn't all that helpful. Alrighty. So we can just keep doing stuff. I might puzzle the time just to rearrange the top 3. I might just slowly grab some puzzle the times out, honestly. I can't see my opponent doing much. And these puzzle the times are just going to help me grab back some fun cards I can get. Stormy Seas, they flip the 1 tails. I'm going to use the Trick Coin to flip 1 heads. They probably won't even get the energy out. Nope. So this is really all you do with this Aegislash deck is just sit here and pass. But honestly, if you're playing this deck, you're not in a bad position. You're rarely going to lose matchups. There are some iffy ones, but overall, I think in a best of 3 series, you're going to be pretty good. So on my puzzle time now, I don't really know what I want to get back though. Actually, I do. I know what I want to get back. I'm going to get back a Delinquent and a Reverse Valley. Just in case they are going to judge me, I do want to Delinquent just to get their hand down as low as possible. And that's really what we play Delinquent here for. It was nice having Hugh to drop their hand down to 5, but Delinquent is just as, well, it's not just as good, because if your opponent's good, they'll just sit there and gather their hand, but at least this way we can drop them by 3. Kind of do something with it. And there we go, we can also get the Reverse Valley down, so now we're taking minus 40 damage from attacks. So I actually prefer this strategy than the Assault Vest, so I might take Assault Vest out, maybe even Fighting Fury and just go 4 Hard Charms. I also feel like this deck needs some more draw support in the form of maybe Acrobikes. I don't really want to play Shaman in here. We can Skylar now. I don't really know what I want to take. I might just take a Heavy Bowl, honestly. Yeah, I'll take the Heavy Bowl. Just grab another Aegislash down, just to have it there, and then I can start to Cassius. I don't really like using Cassius with only promoting 1 Aegislash alone, because it can get knocked out. And if you can't draw into 1, then it's a bit of a shame, and then stuff happens, you might get knocked out, and then you lose the game. So it's good to always have 2 there, just to reuse Cassius as much as possible. So here we go, my opponent just continues the Stormy Seas. So I think my opponent is just really just waiting to drop their Judge, or probably a Shauna. We draw a 3rd Cassius. Pass turn. But the thing some players do make the mistake of is waiting until there's no cards in deck. So I'm going to Zero Sick now. I'm just going to get rid of their Trick Coin. Boom. There you go. Actually, like, considering, like, I haven't really played this deck. He's like, dude, my Trick Coin. I haven't really played this deck too much. So there are a couple of things I do want to change. I don't actually think 0-6 needed in here. And as I said, some more draw support, even roller skates I would consider. Just need something. We can Skylar now. Still don't want to grab that. I probably should have kept it just to grab that Trick Shovel when I need it. We'll take a VS Seeker, so I can just VS Seeker for Skylar when I need it. But if not, I'll just hold on to it. Maybe go for a Delinquent. See, some players will probably go down until there's 1 card left in deck and then judge. If they do decide to do that, then you can maybe get them with some trick card shenanigans and pull them up. Please let me keep my coin this time. I'm going to deck out anyway. I'll let him keep his trick coin. It doesn't matter. He did say he's going to deck out. So we'll just let this continue on until we eventually win the game. I did draw the Startling Megaphone. I told him I'd let him keep his trick coin, so we'll let him do it. He's got 3 cards left in deck. This stupid flip 100 heads challenge. Oh yeah. See, I didn't know this. I was oblivious to the fact that it was flip heads, and that's probably why the only reason why he's playing this, and that's why he hasn't gone for the splash burn. So it does kind of suck that it wasn't really a serious game, but it just does show that this deck, because I did have like all these Cassius and max potions and stuff. So now we can wait 1 more turn. My opponent. Alright, we'll pass turn now. And then next turn I can VS Seeker for Skylar, grab the Trick Shovel, and Trick Shuffle for game. That is, of course, unless they grab the Water Energy. If that's a Water Energy, grab it out and play it. Nope. Alrighty, so we can win this turn. VS Seeker, Skylar, And this is really what the one trick shovel is for, just in case your opponent tries to pull this off on you. You can grab back the trick shovel. I actually wouldn't mind having more trick shovel in this deck as compared to Wailord, just because this one isn't as strong as Wailord. Still good though, and still really fun for you to play. There you go, discard the last card in my opponent's deck, and end turn. And we win by deck out, and that is how Aegislash is played. And as you can see, that was a very long game, and that's really what most of your games are going to be like if you play this deck, is long, drawn-out games. And that's what you want. You never really want to go to best of 3 or anything. So that was Quad Aegislash. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Give us a like on the video. Head over to our Facebook page and give us a like there. This is a lot of fun to play. Not so much for your opponent to play. That game took 15 minutes, but games can take even longer, especially when your opponent is trying to do attacks and stuff. You've got 50 minutes in a round, so taking 15 minutes, potentially winning the first game, and then if you can go to the second, you know, this deck just draws out games, and that's it. That is Quad Aegislash in a nutshell. I'm going to tinker with this deck and kind of fix it around, change it a bit, because there are some things I definitely feel like need changing. So I'll keep you updated with this deck, because it's actually a deck I'm considering playing for maybe regionals. I don't know. That's a bit of a ballsy step. Maybe just a league or something. We'll find out. I'll keep you guys posted with this deck because I actually enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, this is just a quick update on my Aegislash deck. As you can see, I have tinkered with it a bit, made it a bit better, honestly, in my opinion. A little more vulnerable to item lock than the previous list, so if item lock's a bit more prominent in your area, maybe stay away from this list as much. So Aegislash has got so much room for experimentation and, you know, play what you want. So one thing I did change was these 3 roller skates in here. I dropped Puzzle of Time. I don't know, there was something about Puzzle of Time that I just didn't find good in here. I don't know. I just preferred being able to draw. Puzzle of Time was nice to look at the top 3. I prefer to draw my top 3. Roller skates just kind of gives me that edge if I really need it. It honestly, half the time I'm probably going to flip tails anyway, so they can be quite irrelevant. Maybe Acrobike's a bit better just to get the definite search. But I don't know, I thought roller skates was fun, so I was going to give it a try. It also means you can just shorten the cards back in, whereas Acrobike you're discarding cards. The other thing that changes is the 3rd Pokemon fan club. Drop the heavy bowl for a 3rd Pokemon fan club. I don't know, I'd prefer to draw into a Pokemon fan club than I would a heavy bowl. I dropped the 2 Fighting Fury Belt and the Assault Vest for 2 Headringers. And what was the other card that I put in? I dropped a Xerosic, and I put in 2 more Trick Shovels just because I felt like Trick Shovel can be quite good. Usually your opponent might go down to 3 and then drop the Judge or something, so if you're able to chain the Trick Shovels late game and deck them out is very nice. So that is Quad Aegislash updated. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.